Hello, folks. I'm Detroit Miracle. Yes, and indeed. Right now, I am here to weigh in on that famous, popular singer who was a very high selling artist. She was a part of the group called In Vogue, and I believe she left the group and eventually joined another group. Her name is Dawn Robinson, I believe. With that group in Vogue, they in fact released so many hit songs, and their albums were multi-platinum. They probably did at least a couple of albums together as a group, a couple of full albums, maybe more. So they had some nice songs on those albums. So it seemed like the modern day In Vogue sort of was like the previous group called the Supremes. It seems like they were like that, where they had a tall, beautiful lead singer, like which would be Cindy, as compared to Diana Ross of the Supremes. Then the rest of the group could sing too and were pretty, and they, of course, complimented the lead singer. Yeah, I thought that In Vogue was cool, but somehow they couldn't stay together and they broke up. It might have been creative differences, irrecoverable differences, maybe fights, arguments. Maybe like everybody wanted to be the lead, because the lead singer came with, or being the lead singer provided many more benefits and fortunes like better pay, better costumes, better expenses paid, and all that. So maybe all of them as individuals wanted to be the lead. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't want the responsibility. But it seemed like all the women in Vogue could sing good enough to be the lead singer of the group, such as in the case with Dawn Robinson. But it was a few days ago or so that she revealed that for the last 3 years she's been homeless. And that is crazy when you think about that. She wouldn't have to be homeless any more than a rich people or rich person would. Like she wouldn't have to be homeless any more than they would, even if she didn't have any money, because every wealthy person would let her stay with them in big, like if they had a big mansion and they were single and she needed a place to stay because of her status, it would seem like rich people would be offering to provide her with a room in their home. I know people are saying, assuming you can trust them, yeah, you can't put anything past anybody, even a rich person. So, it seemed like she had options to do that. And she also had options to take radio station jobs. What popular radio station or television station wouldn't have hired her to do anything on it? Because she was a part of In Vogue, a popular member. So, yeah, like she could be a newscaster too, a weather anchor woman, like an announcer on an entertainment show, like TMZ, Entertainment Tonight, Extra, Access Hollywood, one of those major ones. It seemed like any of those shows would have hired her. Like she could have put out, and she could have certainly acted in films. If you see her now at 58, I believe that's her age. Now she's still incredibly beautiful. So I'm like, she's still incredibly beautiful, and I presume she can sing and act, because if you can perform on stage, then that makes it easier for you to be comfortable acting. Because you might be watched by 100,000 people while you perform. So if the stage fright hit you, that could affect your performance. So it seems like artists like her can handle the stage stuff and not be frightened or shaken up. Because you look out there and you see all those tens of thousands of people looking at you. That's crazy. So in other words, it seemed like she could have gotten any entertainment job, or people would have automatically offered it to her if they knew that she was doing that bad throughout. So for 3 years she had to suffer, and it was like a thing where it was blackball involved. I think she might have been blackballed because they wouldn't let a person like that suffer like at all because of her status, her beauty, her talent, her impact on society. So, I question certain things a bit. Like, could it been that bad where no one in the entertainment industry liked her anymore or wanted her in there? Or did she go into some self-exile, because she felt it was a part of a penance? Because, yeah, I'm saying it like this to emphasize that, like, that if they wouldn't give her a job, any corporation, even because of her status, any major corporation, it seemed like they would call her and say, "Hey, you're in Vogue. I want you to handle the marketing department. Like, you can get all the entertainment industries together to buy our products directly, and you can represent us as an olive branch with the entertainment industry." And I'm talking about this as major corporations aside from the entertainment industry. So I'm saying they could have found something, any number of jobs. So if she has to be homeless 3 years, then that means she didn't have no money. She didn't have a way of making money. She didn't have any type of assistance for living or none of that. It's like she couldn't even get in any other governmental programs that help people like such as Section 8, food stamps, and like anything else would benefit. Because she was sleeping in her car for 3 years. That was, what kind of car was it? Like, was it an expensive car? Was it a BMW? Was it a Lexus? So I'm thinking if she could have sold the car, if it was worth something, then she could have cashed out maybe 15,000, and then, maybe you can make that 15,000 work, assuming it was an expensive car or something. But she had memorabilia. They had in Vogue won so many awards, did they? So if they won American Music Awards, Billboard Awards, Soul Train Awards, maybe Grammys, then those are pricey items and commodities. So she could put that up at auction. I know maybe she already did and was running out. She might have did all that before, auctioned off her popular awards and stuff or memorabilia. It's like this whole thing with her being homeless sparks huge debates and discussions. Like, people are weighing in on it from all areas. But the truth of the matter is they were confronted with a fact that if it could happen to her as far as homelessness, then it could happen to anybody. Because it seems like it definitely shouldn't happen to her or have to happen to her. Like, a very beautiful, talented, popular A-lister. Yeah, so it's crazy. And, so I wanted to get my take on it there. And I hope her situation changes for the better, I must add. All right, folks, please give me those likes, comments, and subscribe to me, Detroit Miracle. Peace out.